A man collapsed on the ground, vomiting uncontrollably. The radiation meter beside him showed rapidly climbing values. The witness was startled. He noticed his hands were covered in dust. Looking back, he saw nuclear contamination spreading like a wave. People instantly panicked, running wildly like the undead. Meanwhile, the supermarket was in chaos. Food and water became the most sought-after items. Traffic had completely shut down, everyone desperate to escape before the radiation arrived, creating even greater panic. Even doctors had gone on strike, and the cause of this disaster was both natural and man-made. A recent earthquake had struck the city. The news reported it as only 6.1 magnitude, so no one took it seriously. Nuclear plant. Worker Jung Bin realized something was wrong. In fact, catastrophe had already begun. The valve in reactor number 1 had cracked. Cooling water was leaking out. Replacing the valve promptly would have prevented nuclear leakage, but congressional representatives feared public knowledge would affect their votes. They unanimously chose to conceal the information and instructed the plant not to inform employees. The plant hastily brought in repair workers to weld the valve. The workers simply sealed it completely, causing pressure in the pipes to surge dramatically. The plant director immediately realized the reactor core had begun to melt down. High temperatures from the nuclear fuel generated massive amounts of hydrogen. Without emergency venting, the entire reactor would explode. In this critical moment, the representatives only worried about widespread panic and how it might impact their election results. So they deceived the president, claiming nearby residents had been evacuated and that the problem would be solved quickly. In reality, only residents from a small nearby village were evacuated under the pretense of a fire drill. Inside the nuclear plant, fear gripped everyone. Jung Bin and his co-workers saw the severity of the situation and attempted to evacuate immediately, only to discover management had locked the only exit. Jung Bin pried open the control box, bypassed the system, and successfully activated manual mode. He turned the valve with all his strength. Hope was within reach, but time had run out. When Jung Bin regained consciousness, his surroundings resembled hell on earth.